assassination, the first and the most fundamental concept is that has saved time of people, that has kept values intact, which is the self-belief system that comprises the middle in any individual is do not react and maintain professional etiquette. Now, what do we mean by do not react? What happens is there are spells or this runner chaser kind of a situation that is created where the other person deliberately tries to attempt that some kind of provocative reaction is expected. So, never do that. And as far as professional etiquette is concerned, you should always, if you come to know something like this is happening, you should always ensure professional etiquette is maintained. If you get any kind of information, you must try to verify it, but maintain professional etiquette. Meaning, what one needs to do is, if we come to know that, such a kind of grapevine, what we say, or Chinese whisper is floating around, some kind of rumor and gossip, if it's one or two or three or four, that is okay. Out of maturity in life, a lot of people give it a skip. But if it is beyond a limit, and on a daily basis, if somebody is getting some kind of information which is not only condescending in nature but is also a deliberate attempt to sabotage something, it can be out of jealousy, it can be out of not being able to accept the fact willingly that some people are strong enough to contain themselves. I know some people who are also happy being alone. I know some people who cannot stay alone. I know some people who want to be alone sometimes and do not wish to be alone. I know many people who are invested so much into careers that they don't have time. I know people who are invested so much in homes that they have given up on careers and they're investing time to give time to the children, to people, to spouses. So, to each to his or her own. Now, in situations like this, the most important thing is time. Because whenever there's a situation of escalation, whenever there's any kind of situation of wherein, any kind of content is floating around, we are tempted as human beings to give reactions. So, if you want to react, you should not react directly to the person because that will be taken as an attack. But again, coming back to the same point, if any kind of information that is misleading, that is meant to blow someone's off their integrity, one must try to also maintain high degree of professionalism and always maintain the attitude of lifting the phone and connecting with handling on how to get the solution to a particular problem. Sometimes in life, we need to go from solutions to problem because when we do the root cause analysis, in most of the cases or matters or issues, the root cause is always led to one kind of a situation wherein the number of options, the elimination is very high. So when we do the dipstick or root cause, we find out there are one or two specific reasons leading to certain things. So it is very important to maintain and protect one's energy because when the theory of assumption seeps in, when the theory of, thinking way beyond a limit seeps in, when overthinking seeps in, then definitely there is an illusion which is created, which is self explanatory and a manifestation of one's own. At times people deal with lot of mental disorder or a lot of things that people are not able to cope with. And by the word disorder, we do not mean that this is some kind of illness, but we also mean that people who are not in an ability to deal, they either run away from situations or the safest escape that they find is attack someone else. Whenever we try to do this, the most important thing that we need to realize and address is that what is the end outcome that one is able to achieve out of it. At times, the outcome is not at all in favor of what we were expecting. So, if we are trying to do this and if you're expecting some reaction will come, the person will not give. Anybody who's mature enough and has learned from experiences in life is a person very high on prudence, or what we call wisdom in life. And wisdom is something which is directly related to practicality. While emotions bind us, practicality is something that sustains us in the longer run. So, time is very important. However, if the repetition of a particular cyclic behavior sets the ball rolling in tandem with something which is not very uncomfortable, so one should definitely always speak about it. One should always maintain one's dignity and grace because that is very important. Life is about challenges. If life gives us lemons, we make lemonades, and if sometimes life gives us difficulties to make us very strong, to also learn from the experience of, how do we deal with very high level of strenuous situations that are so provocative in nature that the person with 100% calm mind or 100% very balanced approach in life can also be thrown off track. So it is life. A lot of things happen. These are test papers. One should always be triumphant and never ever give up on your potential capacity to do work, because efficiency is something which is self defined. Efficiency also is an enabler that acts like a catalyst that propels us forward and allows us the opportunity to always keep moving forward. Life is not permanent. At the same time, life led is not to be feared. However, the times that we live in, we need to be consciously aware about, what is happening. In case of any red flags, one must always reflect upon them and not stay invested into a situation that is only serving the purpose where the vendetta of few people is only to damage others. So when we think like this for anybody, may it be a blown character, maybe getting a murder done, maybe stalking, maybe cybercrime, maybe anything. When we are thinking like this, we are accruing negative energy, and when we accrue a negative field, because this is proven by science that Earth has a magnetic field. Of course, that is a different theory. Similarly, the concept of energy is proven in science. So, whenever we are trying to create any kind of, uh, you know, mindset around trying to damage someone, around trying to character assassinate someone, I think it is very important to reflect and think that what is in store for oneself. Because whenever we think negative or mean to harm someone by any means, the most important thing that we need to always reflect on, that energy is always saved in the universe. So there might be a moment where the same pattern is repeated with oneself as a very strong theory of karmas or deeds, what we say. And as we sow, so shall we reap. So always think positive. If somebody has done bad to you, try to figure out what has happened. Try to forgive as much. Forgiveness is done to lessen the baggage that we carry for ourselves in life. It's very hard, it hurts. However, one should always address the issue and try to accept the facts in life rather than running away and ghosting people, which is very, very sad because the number of cases in the country are on rise and also across the globe. Always try to navigate through one's emotions and always try not to be in a spot by running away from situations. We can write as much we want, we can be the best person around in the world to so many people, be a messiah of peace, gratitude and kindness. But we must not forget that in an advent to essay any journey that we look at, we must not forget that we should not hurt people. And the biggest sin on earth that anybody can do is to hurt someone intentionally by cheating, by lying, by deceiving, by hiding information, and by looking at means of again ensuring to trouble them in psyche and trying to mentally devastate someone at the level of completely getting themselves off or disrupting them from normality. I think that is something which is very harsh. One must contemplate on one's actions and thoughts and belief system before we talk about other people.